Coach Deborah has a passion and purpose to assist young men, ages 15 to 24, to overcome obstacles and build their best lives. She wants to see every young man live out their potential. She has a master's degree in human services counseling, with a major in life coaching. More importantly, she is the mother of 3 boys, who are exceptional, educated, professional men. Coach Deborah believes it is better to train early, rather than need to fix later. She utilizes basic principles and God-led concepts. Sometimes the only thing a young man has is their credibility or their name. The actions they take are based on the decisions they make. Those decisions align with their choices and result in consequences. Coach Deborah can assist you if you are lost, floundering, or confused. Embrace the help and start building your best life today.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to Build Your Best Life. I'm super excited to have you here today. I hope you rested yesterday on President's Day and got to do some fun things and enjoy yourself. I have a special guest with me today, and I am over the moon excited to have him on because this is one of my heartbeats. Y'all know I'm always talking about my 6 heartbeats, but this is heartbeat number 2, Dan Smith II, and he goes by LJ. How are you today?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. He has been on before, and I'm excited to have him back. How about you tell everybody what you've been up to since you were here last and what exciting things you're doing?
Really been trying to thrive with the DJ things. Football season has ended, so we're in like training now. So now I can focus more on DJing more than football. More bookings and DJ gigs have been coming up. Football has been doing good. Like I said, it's training. So we're in the process of, moving some things over, switching some things up, making it better. That's what I've been up to lately.
All right. And we know you just turned 16.
Yes.
And so belated happy birthday. I know Build Your Best Life sent you out a birthday, but I just want to go ahead and say that publicly. And I understand you going doing track as well.
Yes. Also, we have started track practice too. We have meets now on Tuesdays. We're running against people in Jacksonville. Not really people outside of Jacksonville yet. I really don't know why. FHSCA. I don't know what it's called, but the Florida, with the sports and everything, they're still trying to do some things. So yeah.
All right. Doing some amazing things. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Well, it's all about reach. And so that's our theme for this year. It's all about reach because we cannot sit around and complain about what's going on with our young men if we're not willing to reach out and assist them. And for February, my theme is all about reaching out for self-love. But tonight, LJ and I are going to be talking about mirror, mirror on the wall. And, mirror, mirror on the wall, most of us are familiar with the fairy tale Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. But if you have not heard of that, it is about this mean and evil queen and stepmother of Snow White. And the queen was used to being the best. She was just the best everything. Everyone looked up to her and everything. But Snow White's dad, the king, has taught Snow White to be loving and kind. So she was just a sweet young lady. She was also beautiful, very intelligent. Well, the queen lost it when she looked into her magic mirror one day and asked it, "Who is the fairest of them all?" And instead of the mirror replying, "You, my precious queen," they replied that it was Snow White. Well, she became obsessed with getting rid of Snow White, even if that meant killing her. Being jealous of others or trying to fit in is how many people act today. Instead of looking at themselves and determining their strengths and attributes, they covet what others have. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. People wanting what someone else has instead of looking at what skills and talents that they have themselves. So, y'all forgive me if I call him Little Dan. Do you worry about what others are doing, or do you stand out by being unique?
I really don't, worry about what others, think or about other things, because stay to yourself. You study yourself. Stay in your lane, stay in your own. Focus on what you want to do. Focus on not other people. If you focus on other people, you ain't gonna know what you want to do. Because if you'll get grown, focus on what he doing, he'll probably be done doing what he doing. You still ain't started what you doing. So, you know, start now. Focus on yourself. That's what I feel like.
Okay. And, I can see from your day to day activities that it does, you're saying that, but I can see that you living that out because I see some of the things that you're doing, while I guess others are focusing on partying and girls. Not to say you don't not liking the girls as well, but you are also looking at how to be an entrepreneur. And this is one of the Jacksonville's biggest and most famous DJs, DJ Gucci Boy, right here that we have on today. So we got a legend on Be Your Best Life.
Yes, yes, yes.
So we know that you are living what you are speaking. So, it is essential to love yourself, though. Loving yourself includes taking care of your physical health, your mental health, ensuring that you have good character, you guard your credibility. Some people, that's all you have is your name. You don't have credit, you don't have a home because you're a young man. So all you have is your name. If you mess up your name, hey, that's it. And spending time meditating, praying, and reflecting. Now, when you think about it, do you love yourself first and foremost, and then why or why not?
Yes, I do love myself. I love myself because, without me being myself and like the man I am today, or the young man I am today, you know, it gives me strive. It makes me strive. It makes me think. You know, besides what others are doing, I see what others are doing. I'm like, well, I try to help others out, and it helped me help others. So I thrive for that.
That's good. And, as we love ourselves, that helps us, just like when we do things that are pleasing to God, we don't just do those things for ourselves, we do them for others. So, by you saying that you want to help others, that is excellent. And for those of you who are just joining us, my guest today is Dan Smith II, and we are talking about mirror, mirror on the wall. And we're talking about people that covet things that other people have instead of being themselves. And it's all about self-love today. So make sure that you like and comment and get your pads and pens and take down this information that you're going to glean off of what we're talking about today, because it is an exciting topic. So, LJ, what do you do to ensure that you are in a good space, being your own man and having self-love?
Um, with me being in my own space, a good space, I look at the things that I do. I look back on the things that I want to do. Look at the things that I do want to do in life in the future. If I think more about it, it'll help me be better. You know, I get advice from other men in my family, like my grandfather, my dad, people on my mother's side. My grandfather. They help me. Know what I want.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, those people that you get advice from, do you just always go to them and ask them things, or do they just sometimes come to you and give you advice?
They sometimes I usually go to them, or they'll usually give me advice sometimes. I usually ask, they'll give me I won't say it'll be a right answer, but it'll be somebody's opinion or their opinion. So, you know, I take it and run with it on that behalf.
Good. So most times you listen to what they say.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but long as you're loving yourself, that's what's most important. Because many people um, would have answered that. Oh, I love my mom and my dad the most. Well, you need to love your parents, but you have to have that self-love yourself to make sure that as you live your life, you're doing those things that are good, and you know why you're doing them. I think a lot of, and this is kind of like off the subject, but a lot of times I think that the reason why a lot of our young men are going astray, doing all these risky behaviors and falling off is because they don't love themselves. Do you think that has anything to do with how young men may act?
Yes, because they don't think before they act. They don't think where if they do that, they don't know where it's gonna get them later. They think what happened. Well, if I do it now, what's gonna happen now and not later.
Okay, that's good. All right, you hear that, young man? You need to stop and think before you do whatever it is that you're going to do. A lot of times we let this get us in trouble, or worse, if we have weapons or whatever, we want to pull them out, and then it's like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I was pulling it out. I didn't mean to shoot. I was just trying to scare them. So you have to stop and think about your actions, what it is that you are doing, and how it's going to impact you, your family, and that other person. People tend to worry about the wrong things. I think they try to fit in, they compare themselves to others, they change. If I see this person dressing like this, I'm not really comfortable dressing like that, but I'm going to change because that's what they're doing. The girls seem to gravitate toward them, so I'm going to change my sway, the way I do things. But it has come to the point, in my opinion, where people will even perform hateful acts against other people that threaten their identity. So, Lil Dan, why do people worry about others and perform random acts to hurt them, such as bullying, throwing shade, spreading untrue rumors? Why do people do things like that?
Because I feel like once if one person start this, back to what you were saying, one person see the way that person dress, I'm gonna dress like him because he getting those type of attention, those type of things done to him. So it's like with people are following the way of other people, so they're not being a leader. They're being the followers. That's what's wrong with us today. You have a lot of followers more than leaders. So if you have more leaders, you'll have less followers, less problems. That's how I feel.
Okay. So, as far as like social media, do you think people are out there too much, or is it not that they're out there too much, but it's the content that they put out there when they're on
It's the
social?
it's the things people put out there. You could be on social media, too much, or you could cut down on it. It's the things people post these days that mess people up. So if you post something wrong, that's gonna mess somebody up.
Okay. And it's been a while since your nana's been in high school, but in high school, do they have any programs, or they do any uh teaching or anything about
They
what's
don't do they don't do no teaching, about it like that. They do they do have some programs, Distinguished Men. He's one of the program, Burdette Williams, Mr. Burdette Williams. He back when I was in middle school, he used to do it. I think he still does it. He does it in high school. The Boys and Girls Club, they have programs there. Really in school they don't have that many programs, but like they don't teach it is like, they do your basic math, reading, science, gym. They really don't teach it no more. They really don't teach those things. And I feel like we need those things to be taught in the classroom.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. Do you think it would be helpful? Yeah, I think that that is something that is missing because a lot of times it's not taught at home. You got maybe a single parent that is working two jobs, or they had their children when they're young, and so they're still out there partying or whatever. So they're not being taught at home. So if they're not taught at school, a lot of times they are failing and doing the wrong things because they just don't know. No one has taught them, right from wrong.
Right.
Yeah. Uh, and I know we talk about bullying all the time. And a couple of years ago, I had done a lot of research on bullying, and it was saying that, it was really bad. But in high school, is that something that high schoolers do as well? Bully their peers?
Bullying doesn't occur no more like that. It's more, I couldn't say if it's cyberbullying. You know, it's some things that goes on, without bullying, but it is bullying. There was all the fighting. Some things have been said, you know, not bullying each other, but saying some things back to back. They're both going at it. I really don't know if that's bullying or not, because is it affecting them? Yes, but it's affecting both of them. So a bully usually affect the other person, he doesn't get affected. So it's really both ways these days. People resort to fighting, and they stop, then everybody be cool again. So it's kind of weird these days. So bullying doesn't really happen no more.
Mm,
People just stay in their lane, people just stay out the way.
okay. Well, I guess if they don't bully, that question wouldn't pertain to it anymore. But I'm glad to know that they've lightened up on that, because that's really, really sad, because I think people that bully, they tend to go after those that seem timid and weak, and so you don't know what other things that they're going through, so then they attack them. And um, that's not good. But one thing I heard you say when you were responding about leaders, and that to me is one of the big issues, because everybody wants to fit in, and they don't think about, hey, but if I stand out and I'm doing the right things, then maybe people will want to follow me.
Right.
And as I pray for each of my grandkids, the one thing that I pray for you, because you are the only teenager right now, is that you are a leader and not a follower. And I have seen you do that. But talk a little bit more about the importance of being yourself, loving yourself, and being a leader, not a follower.
If I feel like if you love yourself enough, you'll know not to be a follower, you'll be the leader. Leaders always, well, I'm not gonna say all leaders do the right thing, but be a leader that does the right thing. You should love yourself more to be a leader. I mean, if you love yourself to be a follower, let's say the person you following, what if he does the wrong thing? You're gonna do the wrong thing too. The one saying that most people say here as I was growing up, if that person jump off a bridge, you're gonna jump off a bridge too. So it's like, you should be a leader and not a follower.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think be yourself. That's one thing that we have been talking about this year a lot, is to be yourself. When God created each person, he created everyone uniquely. He didn't give us the same purposes in
Right.
life. He didn't give us the same skills and talents. So when you're trying to use something that he gave your friend, it's not going to work for you. You're not going to get
Right.
the same results because it's not for you. you know?
Exactly.
Right. So that's what you need to do. All right. Okay. So as we come to a close this evening, please give us your closing thoughts on the importance of being yourself rather than trying to fit in as you strive to build your best life.
I would say, as in being yourself, if you don't be yourself, this let's just say this. If you don't be yourself, you when you get older, you look back at your life and you see, you follow that person. That person did the wrong thing. You look at you did the wrong thing too. You ever look back and look like, oh, what if I been a leader? If I did this, I did that. Where can I been? I could have been better in my life, and I could have did this, I could have did that. I say just be yourself. God made you the way He made you. So He didn't make you like that other person. That other person, wants to be a construction worker. God made him to be that. And He made you to be, a movie director or something like that. So don't follow. You should, lead.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, because I guess when, especially as you getting higher up in high school, people begin to think about what they're going to do for the future. And so if they really thinking, I don't want to go to college because I want to go, like you said, construction, or I want to be a electrician. I want to be a welder or whatever. And then they see their other friends are going to college, then they begin to, feel some type way. But you shouldn't, because if that's what you aspire to do, that's what you're going to enjoy doing, working with your hands. And you can make just as much money because you can continue to do whatever that trade is that you want to do, learn to do it 5-star all the way. And then you can start your own business. So
Right.
there's nothing wrong with that. But I thank you so much for coming on today. Please tell everyone, and this, I tell y'all, this right here, he is an entrepreneur all the way. He's always thinking. But please tell everyone in the Jacksonville area, or it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be in Jacksonville. He will travel. But tell everyone how to get in contact with you.
If you have Instagram, you can get in contact with me at thereal.gucci.boy, and also Twitter at DJGucciBoy904. You can DM to book, or write me on Twitter, or all the booking info on Twitter and Instagram.
Okay, and that's DJ Gucci Boy, and I'm not just saying it because I'm Nana, but he has won awards here in Jacksonville, but he is the top young DJ. He is blowing it up. So if you having a big event, or you having something and you want to stand out, make a difference, you want to contact DJ Gucci Boy. So that was a great talk, and I hope that it has helped someone. If you're on here and it might not have resonated with you, but you're like, you know what, that'll help my boy, that'll help my grandson, that'll help my neighbor, please share it with them. These videos don't go away. They're always out there on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, so you can go back and watch it. And that's what it's all about. The information is free. They can just go and look at the content. But please make sure that you tune in on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be back on with Love the One You're With. You got to check that out. As well, please visit my website, which is www.buildyourbestlife.org, www.buildyourbestlife.org. You can find out more about my 501c3 Build Your Best Life. You can see the events that we have out there for this year. We already have our speakers lined up. It's going to be awesome, 4 awesome events. So go out there so you can mark them on your calendar and etch out that time. As well, you can see the services that I offer, which is speaking, webinar speaking, virtual speaking, and you can get a copy of my book, Build Your Best Life. It's an awesome book. It is basic principles on overcoming obstacles and building your best life. And this book is for everyone.
Great book. Great book.
Thank you. And it has information, places in the back for you to put your goals and other things. So please go out there and get your autographed copy of the book. If you prefer the Kindle version, you can also go out on Amazon.com to get the Kindle version. But I appreciate you and everything you do. You help build your best life, be a staple. So did you think of anything else you want to share before we close out?
I think that'll be all.
Okay. Well, as you go along your way, you may encounter a young man who has lost his way. Don't shake your head. Don't steady your pace. Stop, reach out, and give that man a helping hand. It takes us all to reach out and help our young men to be the successful men that we need for society. And hey, young ladies, you want a nice young man with a strong head on his body and following basic principles when you get ready to get married. So we all are in this together. Remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan. It's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. And again, thank you, Lil Dan. I appreciate you. Love you. And keep
You want some love.
All right. Bye-bye.